Hello and welcome to Techie Hive. In previous videos, we talked about what is a large language model and what all large language models exist in market for AI development. We also touched upon how to subscribe to an AI model and generate the API keys. And after that, we create a small program to call the AI model through the API interface. If you have not watched those videos, please go back and watch them for continuity. Today, we'll talk about what is AI function and why do we need them. As you know, uh, AI model predicts output based on the training and training data. If you want to get predictions for our data or for our business domain, we need to train the AI model with our business domain data. And after that, we can use that AI model to get the predictions. But there might be some scenarios where we don't want to expose all of that data to the AI model. Think about the secret system like Vault, where we store secret information like password and other secret information. We cannot provide all that data to the AI model to get it trained. For that, here comes the AI functions. So AI functions are the mechanism to call an external API or external system to get the information if AI model doesn't have that information. Let's say we want to get the password from password store in our application, and AI model wants to get that information. So as AI model is not trained on the data, it cannot predict the password, right? So for that, we have to connect our AI model to an external system. For example, in this example, we have AI application, and then AI application calls the AI model. And this AI model does not have any information about the password, but we want to generate the password. We want to get the password over here in AI model. In that case, we can define a AI function here, and that AI function will be embedded with the AI model. And when we call the AI model, or when we ask a question to the AI model, and that AI, the question is related to that information or the password, in that case, AI model will call that AI function and get the information from here. So this AI function can be any, call to the database or to the, vault. So in summary, AI function is used to integrate any action system with the AI model so that we can use that information in our API application, sorry, AI applications. This was a brief overview of AI function, and let's jump into the coding part. Similar to the last example, we will use Spring Slicer to create the startup project, and Java as a language, Maven as build tool. Metadata, you can enter what you want over there, and then you can enter dependencies. If you remember, in previous example, we used Mr. AI model. In this example, we will use Azure OpenAI to demonstrate how easy it is to change the AI model in Spring AI framework. So for that, we have to add the dependencies here. Let's go there and select Open AI, and here you go. Azure OpenAI, you can select this dependency. Remember, to access API interface of any model, you need to generate API keys. So to generate API key for OpenAI, you can just go to the uh, platform OpenAI. I will put that in the channel. So what you have to do, you have to just create your profile, and then from profile, you can just go to the API keys, and here you can generate the API key. So it's very easy to generate them, right? I have already created the API key, so I will use that in my example. But you have to remember that when you want to use any AI model, you have to get the API keys, right? Okay, so now we have the AI model dependency added. Next, we have Spring, right? We want to write an API, so it will be Spring Web. Okay, now we have all dependencies added for our example, and after that, you can just click on the generate, so it will generate a zip file, and so you can download that zip file um, and expand it, right? So I have already done it in advance, so I will just directly go to the IntelliJ where I have imported the project. And in the project, main thing is the dependencies, right? Because earlier we used Mistral AI, but here we are using OpenAI. So you can see these two dependencies are automatically added by the Spring Slicer. So you can see here we have the OpenAI Boot Starter and the Spring Starter Spring Boot Starter Web. So both of the dependencies are here. Next thing is we need to configure the API keys, right? Because we want to use uh, Azure OpenAI model. So we need to use the API keys from the uh, OpenAI, correct? I have, as I said, I have already created that key. So here we have that key. I have configured the key. Again, remember, in the case of Mistral, it was Mistral AI. Here it's OpenAI. So Spring will look for the API key property and also for the model, right? So here we have selected GPT 40 mini model for our coding example, right? So these two properties you need to select and then you are okay to go. So it's very simple to change the model, right? You need to change the jar file in the pom.xml and the property. So like if you have generated the project for Mistral AI, right? After that you can just move it to the open AI after changing the dependency and then the properties. So it's very, you know, uh, easy and it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Next thing is we want to write a simple API where it will call the model, right? This model. So uh, for demonstration of the AI function, we will use an uh, dummy token generator service, right? We will use this dummy generator service here, and this service will generate the token, but that service will be called from the AI model. So what we will do first, we will create an API without any AI function. Okay, so here we have the endpoint token. So this endpoint will generate the token, and that token is based on the client ID. So we will pass client ID and then AI model. It is the same code, right? We had in the previous example. So we injected the uh, chat client builder, and after that we are building the chat client with the default settings, and then it's injected into the uh, controller. So we have chat client automatically injected by Spring, and then when we have the API call with this API endpoint, then this method will be called. And here you can see we are just passing the information we want to pass to the API model. So we have again prompt and then user and the user space. I'm just asking question get token for client ID, this one, right? So remember we have not trained our AI model yet. We don't know what answer AI model will provide to us because AI model doesn't know anything about this client ID, what will pass, right? So in that case, AI model will not give much information. It will give some information for just advice. So let's see. Let's start this application and see what happens when we run this endpoint. Okay, so let me go there. Application starting. Okay, right. So now application got started, right? And it's 8080 port number. Let's go to the uh, browser and go to the endpoint. Localhost. Okay, so here we have localhost, and then we can pass here the endpoint is token, right? Token then I'm passing client ID equal to client ID 1, just for example, right? And if we call this API endpoint here, call is made to our API locally, and our API in turn will call the API model. And here we don't know what answer we will get because we have not trained the AI models. Here you see, it's giving something here, but it's not the token, right? When we hit the token URL, we should get the actual token. And here we are getting this one. So it's giving just some advice, right? It didn't have any knowledge of the actual token we want for this client ID. Okay. So to fix this problem, because we cannot give all the information to the AI model. So what we will do, we will just use AI function to call the external system. And then AI model will use that endpoint or AI function to provide the information. Let's go back and see how can we create a AI function to integrate with our AI model. So let's go back, and here this is a token service. So it's very simple token service here, right? You can see here token service, and then you can see here. So what we have done, we have just we have configured hard-coded values of the tokens here. In real world, they will come from the system, but here just for demonstration, we have just hard-coded values, right? After that, this is the important part, line number 17. So here AI function is called as tool. So we can provide external tool to the AI model and tell that this tool is designed for giving specific information. In this case, token, right? We have to get token. So this is the method, right? Method name. So what we will tell. So here, what we are telling to the AI model that this is a tool. This is this application, and this method is a tool, and this method will be called when AI model doesn't have knowledge about the token. So we are telling that this is a tool and use the tool to get the token if you don't know anything about that, right? And how we will use this tool in our model. So there is another control I have created here. It's very simple, very simple. Here, what we have to do, we have to just uh, provide the tools and the name of the tool. So what Spring framework will do here, it will check tools, it will check any bean or service annotated with the @ tool, right? So like this here. It will look automatically, right? And then it will call the method on that service, which is annotated as a tool annotation. So here, what we are doing, we have just changed the endpoint just to make it clear, and after that we have just included the tool over here, and we are asking same question here, right? It's not different, same question here. So let's go and see what happens when we call this endpoint here. Okay, let's go there and just make it trend. Trend. Okay, so this is a trend endpoint, and here you can see, so it's going to the we can see here now. The token for client ID1 is this one, because we have configured this token in our tool service. And in our tool service, the token is retrieved by the AI model. So whenever we call that endpoint, so AI model knows where to go. So it's going to the this tool service, and inside the tool service is calling this method. So this is the way to inject an AI function into the AI model if we want to call the external system. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos.